back and forth, back and forth. At least I didn't say crosshairs. Katie Pavlich.
Well, I think just overall, the president and his party, their calls for unity and toning down the temperature lasted about 12 hours. The president.
But Katie, the push to push him out continues.
Yeah.
While he sits there defiantly and says, I'm staying. Yeah. Worst scenario possible for the DNC is time is running out. And nobody, the vice president would take the job, but nobody else would ever jump in at this point. With Donald Trump as powerful as it is, why would you go up there and just get bludgeoned? And the thing is, the president of the United States is defiant, and there's a sense that nobody's telling him how bad the polling is.
Well, he says he's still on the horse.
Yeah.
I'm still, and got very
You're
angry.
gonna get back on the horse. I'm on the horse.
Well, look, if he doesn't want to go, he's not going. And he's not going, and Jill is not going either. So
Right, and
I don't think he's going anywhere.
If he's talking about unity, it's hard to be the head of a party that is in the middle of a civil war about whether or not you should be the leader.
Yeah, you can't even unify your own party. It's going to be difficult to unify the country, right? And it's just...
He's drowning. You got the former president. And I just got to get your reaction to the moment he walked in. And so many people were shocked at the moment because you see the bandage of a bullet that went through his ears in a human.
Yeah. Well, I also noticed that his Secret Service detail was something that was a noticeable change. But yes, he is a human being, and he acknowledged, of course, before he went to that rally on Saturday morning that he's choosing a vice president because, God forbid, something were to happen. They need to take over.
RFK's got Secret Service too now.
Right, things are changing.
Yes, that was great. He's been calling for it. They finally gave it to him, gave him the detail. I saw on social media, I don't remember if Ivanka posted it or if someone else used a picture of her children, but it said, to these 3 children, he's just a grandfather.
That's right.
Right, he's a human being. So
All right,
we saw that last night.
Katie, thank you very much. Great recap of day 1.
guys.
Today is day 2, and the theme is Make America Safe Again. So straight ahead, a top contender for...
Imagine what y'all have gone through. God bless you. Thank you for being here. It's such an important issue.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You're welcome. Still ahead.
And Conway joins us live. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, what time did he finally decide yesterday?
Oh, who knows? I think President Trump landed close to where he started. He'd always had J.D. Vance, the senator from Ohio, in his sights as a possible VP pick.
Right.
Very impressed with J.D.'s background, his pedigree at Yale, but coming really from nothing and rising up the true American dream. And I think Senator Vance represents not just a gentleman from Ohio, can help the president seal Pennsylvania, if, of course, it's Biden-Harris.
Right. I saw you last night at the arena. We watched J.D. Vance with that interview with Sean Hannity and watched what was happening down on the floor when the president came on in, and it was so powerful, so emotional. God Bless the USA was being sung. And then J.D. Vance sat down with Sean Hannity. It was an exclusive interview. He was going to get the first VP, whoever Donald Trump picked. And he was talking about what America looks like now and comparing that to what America looked like 4 years under Donald Trump. Listen to this. It's interesting because he used to not like President Trump. He was an anti-Trumper.
Yes.
And he said he bought into the lies and the distortion.
Sure. And there are many Americans like now there's chaos and crisis everywhere we look. At the grocery store, in the gas pump, in your rent and mortgage bills, certainly in Israel and in Ukraine, et cetera. So, and at the southern border. So I feel like he's going to be not just...
Thanks very much for your point of view and expertise.
Okay. Don't miss Mark Levin.
Eric
Kanani. Kaylee, what's your reaction to that?
My reaction is what I heard on CNN panels back in 2015 about Donald Trump. The apoplectic, cult language, dangerous language, really, in the wake of what we've seen. The same language you just heard there is exactly what they were saying about Trump. Ironically, at the time that J.D. Vance wrote Hillbilly Elegy and perfectly explained the Trump movement through his life story.
Right. Donald Trump Jr. was interviewed about, he met his beautiful wife there. And Lawrence, we were all assigned someone on the short list, a VP short list. And Lawrence, he was touted to go interview J.D. Vance. So he goes to his hometown, goes to their home, and he sits down with both of them, and he interviewed his wife. This is what she said to Lawrence. Listen. Kaylee?
So, there's a lot of talk about the suburban woman. Everyone wants to win the suburban woman. Nikki Haley tonight did a great job winning suburban women. I don't know if J.D. Vance does that. Usha Vance does. She is very relatable. I think women across the country, mothers, are going to look at her, listen to her, and say, oh, this is a ticket I can consider. She is, at as big of a get for the ticket as her husband.
And she used to be a Democrat.
She used to be a Democrat, so she can speak in the same way as a Trump skeptic who came around, and that speaks to millions of voters in the country.
There are a lot of people that are either independents, they don't want to pick a party, they're more in the middle, and they're looking at all of this, and that will be important. So Joe Biden, we knew last week Joe Biden was
words with actions.
Haley, thank you so much.
We'll
be watching you on Outnumbered.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, let's hand it inside to Brian with the great one. Brian?
All right, thanks so much, Ainsley. This morning, day 2.